Hey guys, thank you for checking out this episode. We'd love your support by heading to patreon.com/freshly grounded. It really does make a difference in helping us continue making this content. And if not, no stress. Enjoy. Welcome to Freshly Grounded episode 182. Guys, we recently just uploaded a like compilation video of like the best of Freshly Grounded. I think we called it Freshly Grounded's most viral clips. So check that out on our YouTube channel because that's basically so how we basically put that together. It wasn't random clips. For the last 3 years, we've been uploading clips to our Instagram page, and those Instagram clips, some of them go viral, some of them get shared by like 100,000 accounts see them. And so what we've done is we put all of the top videos all in one video, and it's like an hour long, so it's really, really cool. Something to put on in the background, and hopefully just like a boost, man. It was really, really cool, so it was fun putting that together. So check that out. It's called Freshly Grounded's most viral clips. Also, guys, we all know of the situation. If you're on social media, you'll see the situation that's going on in Yemen right now. And it's do you know what? To be honest, it's a situation that's been going on for a very long time. And I remember even years ago, we were doing a live appeal on Iman channel for Yemen. You know, we were teaming up with Human Appeal in the past to help raise money for Yemen, and alhamdulillah we're doing that again. So guys, it'll be amazing if you can donate. I'm going to put the link in the bio. Basically what Freshly Grounded are saying that we can hopefully put together and come together as a community to do is provide 100 emergency packs. And so these emergency packs cost £100 each, and they provide a family with a food parcel, clean water, a hygiene kit to protect them against COVID-19 and cholera, and you can help. So 100 packs, guys. 100 packs is the point. If we can donate 100 of these emergency packs for £100 each, it would just be amazing. And so we can do that by going to justgiving.com/fundraising/freshly-grounded Yemen emergency. I know that's a long link, so I'm going to put it in the bio. The World Health Organization predicts that more than half of the entire population of Yemen will contract coronavirus, and the Doctors Without Borders has described the outbreak, which is killing 1/5 of all patients, as catastrophic. And you can help, inshallah, by donating whatever you can at that link that's going to be in our bio. Also, we have launched our first ever Skillshare course, which you can check out via the link in our bio as well. I think it's something like skillshare.com/Faisal Chowdhury maybe, but basically I'm teaching all of the kind of ways that we were able to build relationships with Freshly Grounded over the past 4 years, to be able to have guests on our podcast, or to be able to monetize by getting brand deals for our events, and how you can basically, whatever business you have, how you can get in contact with people, how you can find people who and businesses and the right people at those businesses, and then how you can basically convince them to invest in your brand by getting a sponsorship or a brand deal, or perhaps just getting a step towards introducing yourself to the people, the right people in the right places. So check out that course. It's completely free of charge if you use our link in the bio, and if you use the link in the bio, you get 2 free premium months of Skillshare, and Skillshare give us a little kickback. So if you use the link in our bio, that will help out Freshly Grounded. And lastly, what we've decided to do with Patreon now is we're going to be starting to do a lot more live streams with Patreon. So this episode that you're going to see, even though this is pre-recorded, we live streamed the episode for our Patreons, and we also live streamed us setting up and stuff like that. So I'm going to start live streaming, like me editing videos, and things like that for Patreon, basically. So if you're interested in seeing how a lot of the behind the scenes stuff goes on in the office, like the stuff in the office, the studio, me editing episodes, us setting up episodes, then do become a patron at patreon.com/freshly grounded. This episode, guys, is with Mohamed from Holland. You've seen him many times on Freshly Grounded. If you know me, you probably know Mohamed. And this episode was powerful, man. We spoke about 2 key things that I want to touch on. One of them was, being a stranger in your family or in your circle, because you're kind of the quote-unquote religious guy, and so then you end up being the quote-unquote weirdo. We speak about that, and Mohammed speaks about being proud of that, and what that basically means. And the other thing that I think was powerful about this episode is you can see that every time Mohammed speaks about the religion, not only does he smile so much, but he starts crying. And I think that's so powerful, man. Like, the religion affects him positively in such a way that it literally brings tears to his eyes. And you know it's genuine, because I remember in the past Mohammed telling me, if I'm not mistaken, that when he cries, because of the condition of his eyes, it actually stings and it hurts him a bit to cry. So that's obviously not going to be something that he wants to do. Yet he can't help but cry when he speaks about the religion, subhanAllah. So guys, without any further ado, this is Freshly Grounded, episode 182. Let's get into it.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
No, after that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faisal and Sam.
Really?
So, bro, what technology are you using these days? Because I know you're a big fan of Apple, and you last time we spoke, you was pretty strong on an iPad. So what are you working with now?
Still iPad.
Oh, the iPad, yeah. Where's that, the Pro?
Yep.
How is that?
Upgraded.
Oh, you upgraded it, nice.
Yeah. This thing, bro, sometimes I'm afraid that it's going to break because of how slim it is.
Right.
But alhamdulillah.
Is
Pardon?
Apple open in Amsterdam now?
No, I think they're going to open some of their stores. Yeah, I think it might be open. I'm not sure. They're going to open up everything this month or next month.
Nice.
So almost everywhere.
It's not open at all here.
But did we already start?
We're on, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just checking to see if the stream is working on Patreon, because we're live for patrons as well. Normally, basically, we give patrons the episode one day early,
Right.
and because we couldn't, I thought because obviously we're shooting it the same day that we're putting it out. I thought the least I could do is like live stream it, the setup and everything for them, and then they still get it a bit early.
Well, then how do you usually start your shows these days, man?
Sorry?
So how are you going to kick off the show?
Man, we kicked it off already. I asked you about technology, and you stunted that conversation
You
straight
just
away.
can't be like that, man, because the thing is, this is maybe something you guys didn't know. I was ready here for quite some time, and we had some technological
We had some technical
setbacks.
issues.
So I was just doing the vibe of lounging with you, basically, not preparing myself to give something beneficial. But khair, if we're gonna start, AUDIBLE من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. How are you doing,
This is
Faisal?
Freshly Grounded. That's what it's like. We're just lounging.
Fair enough, I'm ready, but I almost finished my coffee already.
Oh, subhanAllah, I apologize. I have to have my coffee first thing in the morning, bro. That's actually what made me late. My coffee.
Yeah, it's the coffee, right?
I can't negotiate on my morning coffee, akhi.
So how is actually London? Because you know the last time I've seen that city is about 3 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
No. Okay. It's fine. It's the same as you left it, really. Alhamdulillah.
Really?
Yeah. London's London. I see. London's like your second home, bro.
It used to be though. I used to come there first almost every month or every 2 months.
Yeah.
I still remember that it was like even EasyJet was reminding me, yo, Mohammed, don't forget to get your tickets. That's
Really?
how frequent I was flying.
That's so interesting that they would do that.
Yeah, because it's basically, I think they have an algorithm as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just business for them. It's not that they really care about you because they still treat you like you're nobody, charging you like £5 for just a cup of filter coffee that's not even cleaned properly, but fair enough. Anyways, that's part of it. How are you dealing in this pandemic though?
Actually, just try and move your camera a tiny bit to the left if you can, because of the split screen. Yeah, jazakallahu khair. Yeah, bro, alhamdulillah, the pandemic is fine, bro. We're obviously taking our cautions. Like, at the beginning, we were taking a lot more cautions because obviously you don't know what you're dealing with. And so we're in lockdown and stuff. And with a little baby, you're like extra cautious.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, we're back in the studio now. The thing is, my office is 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
So to come from my house to the studio every day, I'm out of the house, in my car, out of the car, into the studio. So there's nothing that's like
Change.
it's not really causing me much of an issue. Alhamdulillah, I'm not having to take public transport and stuff. And so yeah, bro, things are good. Just kind of keeping an eye on how everything is going and trying to be as cautious as possible. We've all got like Omar's just distributed hand sanitizers to everybody in the studio and stuff like that. So generally, yeah, of course, we're trying to be a bit more cautious. But I think generally, like I was speaking to Sam about this with Menspire a few episodes ago, and you know, Menspire, they keep.
Do they do beard kits? Do they have beard oil and stuff like that?
They do have beard care stuff. Yeah, they do have.
Oh, I actually need to get in contact with him then.
So the thing is, I was speaking to him about is that, you know, with what they do, they're probably one of the they're the best barbers I've been to, and they really do already like keep really good like hygiene practice that I've noticed myself. Like you go to men's barber, the shop is always clean. You very rarely will see hair on the floor, bro. For a barber shop, bro, you don't very rarely see it. They're constantly cleaning up. They work on appointment basis only, so it's never too packed. All of these things that they do anyway. So it's interesting seeing someone who's always been ahead of the game, because now the world's changing. Businesses are gonna only be able to operate in this way, right? Whereas Men's Buyer have been doing that from the beginning, and it just shows that like they were always kind of ahead of the game.
Now, so how's it for practicing Muslim in the UK then? Because for us it's a bit different, and especially my situation is not an everyday use situation. I'm already heavily involved in the masjid, give classes, give khutbahs. For me, I'm still always in the mosque. But when is the last time you went into the masjid?
Man, to do a Jama'ah, like a proper, like actually be in the masjid, like for Salah or for Jum'ah, it's been, I don't know, man, 2-3 months. I can't even count anymore, bro. It's been such a long time that they haven't announced Jum'ah. Like at first it was so weird doing just the Dhuhr instead of Jum'ah, and now it's like Adi, you know what I mean? It's just normal actually to do just Dhuhr. So yeah, did Jum'ah ever stop for you guys?
Well, for me it hasn't, because I always what I do is in the masjid I have about 5 people who are like workers of the masjid. They sit like spread out from each other, right? And then I just do the khutbah, and it's recorded for the benefit for the people at home, and we just pray. You know, so for me, it hasn't changed. If I give the khutbah at least. And on days I don't give the khutbah, of course I'm praying dhuhr, but that's weird. It just doesn't feel... even though, wallahi, the fact is, once I gave a khutbah for 3 people. You know how weird that is? I'm used to having 400 people in front of me, and I'm in a speech mode, right? I'm not sure if you've seen some of the speakers when they are just giving classes or at conventions, they speak in this very nice voice. But when you're giving khutbah, you're strict. Come on, we need to push. You try to give the antidote against all the dhulm and everything that's going on in that week, right? For you to have a light that will inspire you from week to week. That's what the khutbah is all about. You can't speak like that in front of 3 people. It's just so weird. It feels almost like you're sinning. The first khutbah I get in pandemic time was mine, subhanAllah. So it's the first time it's going to be a Jum'atul khutbah, a khutbatul Jum'ah. There's only 2-3 people in front of me. That's it. No one else. We didn't know what to do. Pandemic just happened. The rules and regulations just happened. Mosques just got closed. Like we're all, and I just didn't know what to do, Faisal. I was standing there. Alhamdulillah, nahmadu wa nasta'inu wa nasta'inu. I'm like, what the hell am I yelling for? There's only 2 people. And it's not like people in the back that are looking at me or something like that, right? So I just almost froze. Usually I give a khutbah about 25 minutes. I just did 13. I'm like, I can't handle this. I just can't handle this, man. I just couldn't.
Yeah, but well, how often are you doing the khutbahs? Mohammed, sorry, but I just realised that there's going to be an echo in this Skype session, because normally I have AirPods in when I'm doing these Skype sessions so that the people can't hear both of our audios. But I've actually lost my AirPods for I believe the second time. So I'm gonna let me run and get a pair of headphones so that it doesn't damage the quality for everyone listening.
No problem, of course.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yes. قالوا يا موسى إما أن تلقي وإما أن نكون أول من ألقى قال بل ألقوا فإذا حبالهم وعصيهم يخيل إلي أنها سهما فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى.
How often are you doing? Look at these massive headphones. It just doesn't look right, does it?
You feel like a proper studio guy now.
The thing is, though, I need to find those AirPods, man. I can't believe I've lost them. It's so frustrating. Actually, how often are you doing khutbahs now?
It's almost usually it used to be once every 4, 5, or 6 weeks, but these days it's come closer to every 4 weeks once. Sometimes even twice in a row, because I'm the backup imam always. So instead of if the sheikh or anyone else gets stuck in traffic or something happened or family member passed away, I already have a khutbah in the back of my pocket for that day. And I just keep that one up until it's needed. So the people will never ever be deprived of that fard, right? Of that pillar. So, and it's the easiest way for me to learn as well, because my teachers can always give the khutbah. They're always the ones are in control. And then sometimes they allow me, because you can't learn to become an imam out of the books. You need actual guidance of someone that is older than you, someone who's seen it all, done it all, made some mistakes. It's not only knowing the pillar. As long as you know all the qawaid, all the pillars of a khutbah that is religiously required, right? It's not going to make you a good speaker. It's not going to make you understand how to deliver that to the people, because the khutbah is something really different. SubhanAllah, if you could just compare it to this, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You're speaking to your family that you're responsible for, that are coming every week just for little doses. So don't bore them every week with the same topic. Don't try to blow their minds away because it's not a class. Don't give an entire in-depth speech because you have different types of levels. You need to give everyone something that they will feel like, okay, tamam, you connected me to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I can survive in such a non-religious society yet for another week. I can handle myself.
Yeah, I remember my teacher saying that the khutbahs, they're like the one opportunity where, generally for the most part, all Muslims go to the Jumu'ah khutbah, right? Like at least the men, and it's the one chance for the imam to just kind of not lightly, but as in talk about something that will be able to hopefully leave a mark on the people, knowing that all types of people are there, as opposed to try and teach something really advanced or something like that. What is your khutbah? You're doing the khutbah today, right?
Yes, in a couple of hours. Pardon?
What is it going to be about?
It's going to be about al-ghaib, the unseen.
Oh, nice.
Haven't you been? Do you know that other podcast? I think it's called for One Path Network.
I know One Path Network very well, yeah.
Yallah. So I was listening to their podcast, and subhanAllah, I was working on the khutbah, and just qadarullah ma shafa'ala, they talked about the same topic. So this is the first podcast I heard from them on the Apple podcast. I got subscribed because I was watching them on YouTube and Instagram. Very inspired by those people.
Amazing,
may Allah allow them to carry the da'wah stronger. May Allah inspire their hearts as well. I just gotta, because the thing is, my masjid, Faisal, is just built out of reverts. Everybody almost is revert. To be a born Muslim is a rarity there. It's a rarity. So for us, we always speak to people who have questions about hijab. They have questions about why do men marry more women, stuff like that. Just these bogus questions that they have based out of some, how do I phrase this properly? They have this fear or this misunderstanding, misconception, whatever. They have these questions and they want an answer that's going to satisfy them. But every answer is just going to open another door. It's going to open another door. It's going to open another door. Because they are just focusing on the rules and regulations outside of the core. So every time when we are trying to inspire them, we say, listen, if you allow me to just talk with you for a couple of minutes, right? And if we can agree on basic stuff, all of your questions afterwards will be answered. But then there is a reason for them to be answered because you're genuinely interested. Do you want to know what this religion is about? Let's go back to the book of Allah. We just open Surah Baqarah. And the first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, these people who believe in the unseen. That in and of itself, Ya Faisal, wallahi is a sign to reflect. Wallahi is a sign of Allah. Surah Fatiha, and then the first ayah that is actually understandable for us after Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ, the second ayah, هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, third ayah, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ وَبِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. Those who believe in the unseen and establish the prayer. That is what my lecture is going to be about. The khutbah is going to be about today. And I'm going to tell them, wallahi thumma wallahi, you are always going to be looked at as a weirdo, as an outcast, as strange, as whatever. We're ghuraba, we're the strangers. Let that be our identity. It will separate us from everybody.
Let's talk about that. So I think that a lot of people, for example, when they probably, even when they are born in, so you're speaking with regards to the reverts that are in the masjid, but I think even a lot of people who are born
Muslim, but then now they're all reverted, right? So basically these people are Muslim for like 6-7 years already now. It's like there's a high chance that they're still seen as the like you said, the weirdo in their family. Because the ghuraba, and there's a lot of people also who are born Muslim who then start practicing and they are seen as the quote-unquote weirdo in the family. And I think that oftentimes a lot of these brothers and sisters, what they can do is that they can feel constantly like the outcast, right? And it can get you down.
And
Nah, bro, embrace it.
right, but so I had this thought yesterday, and it's amazing that we're talking about it now because I had this thought yesterday where I was speaking to someone about this, and the person who I was speaking to said, you know, perhaps that's their test with Allah, and if Allah gave them a family that was like just understanding and like it wasn't like a task that they had, then perhaps A, they would have had to test somewhere else, and B, like where would that test wouldn't exist, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so talk to me a bit about that. You said embrace it. What would you say to those people who probably do feel like the quote unquote weirdo? And I think there's a lot of us weirdos out there.
You know what? I'm so excited now. Bro, what surah are we supposed to read every Friday?
Surah Al-Kahf.
Why not Surah Baqarah, Surah Al-Imran, Surah Al-Nisa, Surah Maryam, Surah Al-Taha? Why Surah Kahf? Why?
I don't know.
This is one of these things that it just blew my mind when I thought about this, man. My teacher was teaching us for years, Faisal. Years, Surah Al-Kahf, right? Years.
Isn't there a difference? Do you know what? Actually, I don't want to get into the kind of deep-rooted matters, but let's speak about Surah Kahf anyway.
It's because of the strangers, bro. Did the Rasulullah only give this advice to, like, okay, if you start a Muslim, read Surah Kahf? Or did he even say, even if you're a scholar, even if you're the biggest sheikh, even if you're a general, even if you're a king, if you're a Muslim and you have some iman and you want to follow the sunnah, you're supposed to read Surah Kahf? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Well, okay. Surah Kahf is prescribed for every Muslim as a major advice. It's a sunnah that is loved, right, to read every week. And
Okay.
the benefit of it will be that you'll get a light, a nur from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that will protect you for an entire week.
Okay.
So every week you read Surah Al-Kahf, it will just be a light for you. Just like Salat al-Jum'ah will be a light for you. It's going to be a blessing, right? It's also the thing that's going to protect you against the biggest fitna that's going to come to mankind, that's the Dajjal.
Okay.
But Surah Al-Kahf doesn't talk about especially the beginning. It doesn't talk about Mary, the best lady that's ever created, the mother of Jesus, yada, yada, yada. It doesn't talk about Luqman, a righteous servant of Allah that was inspiring his son. It doesn't talk about the greatest prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or Ibrahim, or Musa. Nah, man, it goes and talks about a couple of kids, a couple of guys who are all supposed to follow everybody else in a land where morality and everything was changing. They couldn't help it, and they were the strange ones. Furthermore, they were supposed to either be imprisoned or killed. So what did they do? They didn't give in. They didn't follow accepted the pressure. No, man, they just said, let's just go away for some time and figure out how to deal with this challenge. So they didn't accept the fact that it was getting hot, right? They didn't give up. These couple of guys went into a cave, just fall asleep whilst talking late into the, just fell asleep like everybody and every group of friends of guys can. And wallahi, Allah is telling a lot about it, and let's not go into all the details, but then again, the reason in the synonym being, and Islam is like a tree that is very deeply rooted in the ground. Up to the moment, Faisal, that not even the easiest elements or the strongest elements will make that tree shake or move. A tsunami sometimes can like literally take everything with it, but some trees will stay because they are that deeply rooted. So if you were supposed to hang out to that tree, you will never ever be flooded away. And that tree is Islam, the Quran. If you hold strongly to that, of course you're going to be strange. You're going to be the last man standing because morality changes. It used to be in the 70s, right, that people were very immodest. Then a time of a lot of modesty and shyness came and whatever. And now we're going back to a very immodest society again, right? People shift, morality shifts, but Allah, Islam will stay the same. So if you keep on holding strong, you'll always be the weirdo, you'll always be the outcast, but you'll never have the feeling to compete with everyone. You can finally just relax and focus on yourself.
SubhanAllah, it's so true, bro. Like when you realize that you have this, right? That like you're saying, like you're hanging onto that tree. You're right in saying that all of a sudden you don't mind like being a weirdo, quote unquote, or things don't affect you as much because you completely understand where you're at. And I think the problem other times is when you're like trying to find yourself or you haven't found yourself,
Yeah.
you're going this way and then you're going that way, and then and things are affecting you because you don't really know where you're going. So you're right, I suppose that even if you are kind of seen as the outcast in your family, the outcast in your friends, or the outcast at work, you know where you're at, and you know your position, you know where you stand, you know what your purpose is in life, and at least you have that. And that's actually the biggest thing in life.
That's what
And
all
you
of
have
these other
that, and
people are after, Faisal.
right,
That's
and the
no
reason
joke.
exactly, so the reason you're the outcast is because you have the thing that 90% of probably the people around you don't have, which is the understanding of why you're supposed to why you're on this planet,
Bro,
why
not
you're in
even
life.
not even that alone. You have literally a mechanism that is allowing you to cope with everything that's gonna come your way.
Sir.
If you just hold on to that, maybe you won't like it. Maybe you won't always be smiling. Maybe you won't always feel all right. But you never feel major despair up to the moment that you want to take your own life. These people have financial crises. Our government, you know what they did, yeah? Let's say about almost 3,000 households, bro. Our government, and it's a major problem. They have unjustly told all of these parents, you guys are frauds. They took away their houses, took away their jobs, took away their kids, and now they start sorry, whatever. Some of these people died. Some of these people take their lives. Some of these people got divorced. But I'm guaranteeing you, if you would throw problems like that at me, it's not that I am stronger than these people, but it is that I have a coping mechanism that is allowing me always to see things in perspective. To see them, if you're patient, Allah is going to give you something no one else is going to have. Look at these eyes of mine. Wallahi. The Prophet ﷺ said that people who are tested with such an illness on Yawm al-Qiyamah, on the Day of Judgment, and this is why I'm going to talk about al-ghayb. We need to believe in something that is going to come. That's the coping mechanism. That makes it different. There's going to be people, Faisal, who's going to be like, Ya Allah, you gave Muhammad this. I want that too. I'm willing to separate the flesh from my limbs, literally cut my body up right now, if you will just reward me like the way you rewarded him. And God's saying, listen, you, with your issue, just be patient. My paradise is for you. Come on, man. Think I can handle this? What, 80 years? Literally? Come on. For Jannah, bro. Wallahi, I love it. Wallahi, I love it.
SubhanAllah, you're making me tear up, Akhi, man.
Faisal, I speak to a lot of these people. Wallahi, a lot of these people that are unhappy. They feel tightness in their chest. They're looking for everything. They got a job. And this is the thing that frustrates them as well, especially in psychology, bro. Especially around their 30s, they get a little bit of an identity crisis, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they got a job. They got a very loving partner. They got their kids finally. They finally got their car and that house that they wanted. And these are honest to God, nice people, right? They didn't went into weird stuff. They didn't do a lot of harm. They're just people who don't know anything about why do I exist, and they're wondering why am I not happy? What is destroying me? And wallahi thumma wallahi, if you allow your mind to just think about it, you've deprived it from the number one piece, and that is knowing that you are created in a specific way because some creator out there, the creator, sincerely loves you, that he said, وَخَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ بِأَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. I created each and every one of you guys in absolute perfection. The way my nose is, the way my hands are, even the hairline, bro, that was decided by God me. My
Bro,
God.
I'm on that path, Akhi, man. I hear that.
Oh, mashallah.
You know what, Akhi? I came home. So I was out with my missus last night, and then we came home, and alhamdulillah, Akhi, man, we have a nice small apartment that we're happy with, alhamdulillah. And we came home. We just like, when you come home, you're putting your bags away, you're putting your stuff away, and you're just kind of getting on with things. And I was putting something in my cupboard, and I just kind of looked at her and I said, you know what? Alhamdulillah that we're able to come home. I said, we got a beautiful home, alhamdulillah. Like, you can always look at people who have more, bro. And you can say, we don't have a big house, we don't have a mansion, we don't have this car, we don't have that. And I just said, like, we have to be so grateful. Like, alhamdulillah, at what we have. And I remember even, I don't know if I mentioned it on a podcast or not, but I said to a few brothers, there's a week where I just said to a few brothers so many times the same statement. I said we have so much, and this is as good as the dunya gets, bro. Like, this is the dunya. We have everything, alhamdulillah. And then you saying that, you talking about your eyes and about how, I can't handle it for 80 years. It just puts things into perspective, because the majority of people who are going to be watching this or going to be listening to this, they have vision and they have hearing and stuff like that. And perhaps we don't often look at the things that we do have and say, you know what, alhamdulillah. And the things that we don't have, we say, just like you said, maximum 80 years, 90 years, like,
Really?
and if I'm patient,
Even if I
might be able
was
to have
broke,
Jannah.
wallahi, Faisal, if I was broke, 80 years? If I get a disease tomorrow, I'm going to die anyways. At least, and this is what, I work in a hospital, Faisal. I see little kids, 4 weeks old, 25 weeks old, a year old. I see that behind their name there is a P. It stands for is going to die within another year.
Subhanallah.
See these parents. Sometimes I read the names of Muslims there, Faisal. Sometimes I read the name, and I wonder how all these people coping. If that would happen to my child, I would be sad. But at least, Allah, my son, my daughter, because I have yaqeen, is going to go straight to Jannah. They don't have to look at the disgusting world. Let them go to their Creator. Let them hang out in Jannah. Let them be at peace. Ahlan wa sahlan. Right? But let me tell you a thing that is actually about your life. What I really, really, really have seen from you. Because, like, I know you and I know your missus, right? As much as you can know someone, right? I've seen you guys. We've traveled together, isn't it? To Dubai, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Faisal, Rasulullah said there are a couple of things that will grant someone happiness in life. All right? And he didn't say Jannah. He didn't say memorize the Quran. No, man. He kept it real with us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said, az-zawjatu salihah, a righteous spouse, right? Then he said, a big house, wide, right? And then he said, al-markabul hani, a sweet ride. Those things, yeah, a sweet ride. Literally what it means, like a comfortable sweet ride, like you're cruising, you're nice. It doesn't need to be a £100,000 car. Even a 30K car is gonna be nice, more nice.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, right. Anyways, but he sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not have a big house. He didn't have a sweet ride, but he had one thing, zawjat salihah, and alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed you with one as well. So remember that was enough for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to be happy, man. And he gave you to her, and her to you. Wallahi, Faisal, ذَلِكَ مِنْ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ. It's one of the biggest signs of Allah. Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah said, there is no bigger ni'mah, no bigger blessing than a righteous spouse for you. And he himself didn't even get married, rahimahullah.
A lot of the scholars of the past that we quote from now weren't married, because they just kind of was focused on trying to gain the knowledge and teach the knowledge. And in, like you said, a lot of the knowledge that they teach is to do with having righteous spouses. So it shows that if that's something that they viewed so heavily in their eyes, how much sacrifice they made for the knowledge. It's amazing, isn't it?
So the thing was, wallahi, Imam Nawawi, when he was dying, his students said to him, wallahi, we wish that Allah would have given you kids, that you have taught, and that you would have built them up so we can now learn from them as well. You know what he said to them? He literally said, why didn't you guys remind me about that? I almost forgot about getting married. Literally like that. Imam Ahmed, he said, he was very vocal about this. He said, it is the sunnah to get married as soon as you can and you're capable. But he was afraid for himself that he was not going to be good enough to his mother, because his mother was a widow, right? So he said, I'm just going to take care of my mother. She died when he was 40. He took care of her the entire time. He didn't live alone, a bachelor life, hang out with the guys. No, man. He would have got married, but he was just taking care of his mom. And the moment she died, the people finally said, now, Sheikh, can we finally get you married? He said, yes. Then they said to him, like, what kind of spouse should we look for? He said, someone like my mother. Someone just like that. Me being an unmarried man and doing da'wah a lot, it brought a fear for myself in that sense that sometimes it really does get a bit lonely. But I just remember that, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might be protecting a lady from me that I might not be good for, or maybe He's protecting me from her that she might not be good for me. And it's Allah that gives and grants. And whenever He gives and grants, at least my brothers, there is a point of happiness for me. Seeing
Subhanallah.
that how Allah built you up, man. Allah built you up so much, subhanAllah.
Don't say that, akhi.
No, seriously, man. I can
La,
see,
la, 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 la,
bro,
la,
come
la,
on.
la,
I know
la.
you for quite some time, man. Know you
You know,
when
you
you
were
got
actually the
started
first
vlogging.
brother. You know, you were the first brother that I ever met in. You know this, but you're the first brother I ever met at all. I think you was in my first ever vlog
Yeah, I remember
4 years
we
ago
was with Mello and Julian that day.
in Westfield.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
In the prayer room, remember?
I
With that
remember
picture. Still
I
have that
DM'd you
picture,
from
man.
Izaha. I DM'd you from Izaha, and then that's how I
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
SubhanAllah. I still think you should bring Azar back. My opinion, please.
That's an off-camera conversation for another day, I think.
Ya Allah, tamam. At least bring it back in Holland because we're craving for something
I
like
know
that.
you're so desperate for it, Akhi, man. You were telling me from day, Akhi, man. Subhanallah. So what technology are you working with nowadays? What are you shooting with and stuff? Because I know you're going to get back on like kind of podcasting and you're doing videos and stuff. So how's the setup looking?
Well, to be really honest, I'm just currently building on the Sirah in Dutch, in understandable Dutch, and very, very relaxed. I'm not sure if you ever heard about the Sirah that Yasser Qadhi did in English, because it's quite detailed. So
I'm not sure.
yeah, forget any controversy. I don't like controversy at all. But at least that Sirah class, bro, I have never heard anyone saying that Sirah class in and of itself is not beneficial. The nice thing about it, it's allowing you to get a perspective out of the eyes of Rasulullah, just looking at life. That's any Sirah, maybe in Arabic or whatever, but I don't speak fluent Arabic. So I asked myself, Alhamdulillah, someone did it in English. That allowed me to learn. Let me now try to do it as much as I can with all of my teachers, calling them and driving them crazy every day, right? Let me translate as much as I can in Dutch, in video form. I have about 80 students that are every week sitting with me, and I just talk about small pieces of the Sirah for that week. I've done that now for 45 weeks consecutively, and I'm just starting to finally get at Uhud. So I'm not even at the half. Bro, that's why I get so happy for, man. Every Monday after Friday is my sweetest week, the sweetest day of the week. Friday I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Jum'ah. Every Monday I get to teach Sirah. Come on. People hate Mondays. Wallahi, I love Mondays.
Do you get excited on Sunday night, like you can't sleep?
Bro, I get excited even Tuesday, the day afterwards, man. Preparing the class for next. It takes me a week to prepare. It does, man. And especially, Allah, may Allah have mercy on Sheikh Abu Sam al-Dhahabi. I call him almost every day, driving crazy, but he's always patient with me, man. I asked him, how do I understand this? Sheikh, now I understand. You know, yesterday I had a sick conversation with him. You know what it's about?
Tell
Surah
me.
Taha, you have Musa alayhi salam confronting.
Oh yeah, you was gonna tell me about this off camera.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
So in Surah Taha, you got Musa alayhi salam confronting Fir'aun, right?
Yeah.
Confronting the Pharaoh. And first Allah says, وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَى مَنِ اتَّبَعَ الْهُدَى. Peace be among the people who follow right guidance, all right? So Musa alayhi salam, he was a bit afraid, and Allah said, لا تخف إنني أسمع إنني معكما أسمع وأرى. Don't be afraid, Musa, I'm going to be with you. I hear and see everything, right? So just don't worry about it. So Musa goes and confronts Fir'aun, and Fir'aun is telling me, come on, man, you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. You're just trying to show off with your magic. Let's have a battle. You against my top. Musa said, okay, all right, let's do it on that and that day, يوم الزينة. فتولى فرعون فجمع كيده ثم أتى. So the Pharaoh got everybody together. You need to understand this is his private army, right, of doing magic. Musa is standing there alone with his brother Harun. Again, he was getting a bit afraid. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا تخف, don't be afraid. إنك أنتم الأعلى. We'll raise you up above them. So all of these magicians, they hate him. They despise whatever he believes in because they sincerely think that they're better than him, right? At doing magic. Because they perceive Musa to do magic. All right? So then they said to him, who's going to go first? You or us? Because come on, man. Come on. We're so many. Look at us. Come on, man. Let's see who's bigger today. Let's see who's... So they're just calling him out, trash talking. So Musa said, go ahead, throw. So they all threw their sticks. And all of these sticks and all of these cloths started to move a little bit. It appeared for Musa that they were all moving, right? So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Musa, throw, and Musa threw his stick. And his snake started not only to attack the other snakes, but Allah is using the words of grabbing, like this, attacking. You know how a snake bites someone, right? Anyways, all of these people who hated Musa together, they hated him sincerely. Now they all said, إن له ساحرة سبحان الله الرحمن الرحيم يفلح ساحر حيث فألقي سحرة سجدهم قالوا آمنا برب هارون وموسى. They all fell in prostration like that, and they said, "Khas, you know what? Just forget whatever we just said a minute ago. We believe in the Lord of him and him." Musa, there go, Wallah, we believe. And then the Pharaoh comes and turns around. Wait, what? I will kill you guys. I will cut your hands off. I will cut your feet, and I'll hang you up in these palm trees. And you know what the response was of these people who, wallahi, just a couple of seconds ago said that they're gonna like beat Musa, right? Their response was, "We don't care, man. We don't care, bro. We're just gonna be sincere because God is gonna forgive our sins, and even the sihr that you taught us, He's gonna forgive us for that. And with Him there is a great reward." How are people who just a second ago don't believe in nothing are now talking about the unseen? How did that switch happen in what? And that's why the ulama say there are no people like the Sahara, because they just did one sujood, they just prostrated once, and Allah blessed them with shahada. They will go straight into paradise. That's our religion, man. It doesn't discriminate against no one. You can be black, you can be brown, you can be Jewish, you can be Christian, you can be atheist. The moment you say La ilaha illallah, you can be better than me.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Do you know that's what we? Do you know what I love, Mohammed? Is I love how much that you speaking about the religion makes you smile, and then subsequently cry.
You know, it's the thing. Wallahi, Faisal. Wallahi, man. I've experienced loneliness, but never was I alone. You know, and I just can't explain that to people. My friends used to be people, and I still love these people because they're human beings. Trust me. My friends drink a lot. They smoke. They do drugs. But they're genuine people. I always was comfortable talking with them because they never judged me for my illness or whatever, right? And they always said to me, "Mohammed, you know, we respect you that you go and stand up and pray." And I just wish that I can show them a little bit of what is inside my heart of conviction. Just that teeny tiny bit. إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي وَهُوَ مَن يَشَاءُ. It's not you who guide the people that you love. There's Allah that gives guidance to whoever He wants. May Allah keep us guided, Faisal.
Ameen.
We can die as kuffar if we don't watch out. You know, it's not a given, man. I love you so much for the sake of Allah, Faisal.
I love you too, bro. Jazakallah khair for joining me. I know that you have a cut-off time because you have to go deliver the khutbah. So, bro, Jazakallah khair for joining us. God bless you. Thank you so much. And I remember you mentioned before that it stings when you cry, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but like the thing is, man, you know, this Ramadan, let me just finish up with this. This Ramadan was different for me, man.
How so?
I don't know. Like, wallah, I don't know. I'm so afraid of saying it in the boasting way, so let me just make it as humble as possible. Wallahi, my iman has never been so strongly changed for the positive in a Ramadan as this year.
Okay, I can see, bro. There's something about a person who speaks about the deen and their eyes tear up and they smile so much that they start crying when they speak about the religion that, you know, you can see it, akhi, man. You can see it. May Allah bless you, akhi, man.
Allah have mercy on you, man. May Allah protect you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inspire all of you guys.
Ameen.
Allahumma ameen.
I love you, bro.
Love you too, man. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm going to keep you on Skype because I can't edit like this, but for the sake of the episode, Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.